Have you ever noticed that when you look for something once, you see it everywhere on the external, whether that be in your street, in a shop, online? It's called the RAS system, the reticular activating system. Never mind the name. However, it's part of your brain that looks for things, filters through the environment based on deciding what is important to you. It hunts down everything that is important to you and what you've told it to see. Now, complete side note, what happens when you train a muscle more than once? It grows, it amplifies in the metaphorical sense, right? For that seasoned athlete, if you already train every muscle once a week, but you want it to grow even more, what do? You train it more in any sense, like progressive overload. You increase the days, you can put it in the front of your workout if it's abs or calves. We know people like those. But my point being is you don't hope it's going to appear, you give it more attention, you double down on it. So it's attention, intentional action that gives you the outcome. Attention amplifies something, and the awareness is the underneath that decides whether it strengthens it or weakens it. For example, when you train your muscle, you give it the attention, and that's the first stage. If you're experienced, it's not just movement, it's mind-muscle connection. The body awareness that you have as a seasoned athlete, you connect the muscle through the mind, depending on the muscle you're working, in order to get a better connection. But that is just increased precision. And then the second stage of that little imagery is comes stage 2, where you go home, you eat, you make sure that you rest, and that sort of strengthens what the intention in the first stage that you put in. The focus that you intended to do through the movement gets amplified and strengthened at home with the other action steps. That's when the muscle naturally grows, because there's nothing that blocks it and that drags it back from its natural state. It just is. It's just a function that happens. It's a process that happens when you put the needed things in place for it to grow. It takes its natural course. And this is where people miss the point in life. You can take all the action in the world that you want in new relationships, in new jobs, in new behaviors. You can sign up to diets, you can buy new things, new programs, you can subscribe to things. But if you keep ending up in the same patterns, life is gonna give you the same patterns until you learn your lesson. The problem in those same patterns, those cycles, is not wishing more or thinking more about them. And it's not in wanting different. Wanting something different is awesome, but it's the seed that you need to look at. Every pattern, be it conscious or subconscious, starts with an intention. And sometimes we have to look inward at the true lesson that it's teaching us. That's why awareness matters more than force. Nobody wants to go through life in this loop of fighting your own mind. That's a really difficult place to be. But when you get clear on what's blocking you, or you simply put awareness and shed light on what is anchoring you down, per se, by going inward first, everything starts working with you instead of against you.